All right, everybody, May is upon us. May 2023, holy moly, right? So I want to make this video today to talk to you about something that's happening that's kind of a big deal that I've been talking about for a little while, but I wanted to sort of focus in on the topic of Pluto going retrograde May 1st and how it's going to impact each of the signs. This is a big deal because Pluto affects us generationally. It is one of the three outer planets, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto, and those move so slow, so glacially slow that they impact us all in a big way, okay? So the energies can be kind of subtle in the retrograde, but since this is such a big deal, popping back and forth between a sign this year, I feel like it's expanded the energy of it, okay? So what I mean by that is Pluto is going retrograde May 1st. It's in Aquarius. It just popped into Aquarius March 23rd. It is in Aquarius. It is going to move back into Capricorn June 11th, still in retrograde, and it's going to stay in retrograde. It's going to stay in Capricorn until October 10th when it goes direct, still in Capricorn, and then it's going to move back into Aquarius early next year. It's going to pop back and forth a little bit next year, and by November of 2024, it will ingress into Aquarius, and it will then stay in Aquarius forever. Forever. No, for the next 20 years. Okay? So what are we looking at here? What are the energies we're talking about? Aquarius is the energy of innovation. Capricorn is the energy of tradition. So you can see the wobble between, no, let's just keep things the way they are, and, oh, wait a second, we need to change. Okay, especially Pluto, because Pluto rules Scorpio, and Pluto is the planet of transformation. So as it goes in retrograde in Aquarius, we're going to be asked to reflect on our own changes that we've made. Take a look at what's been happening. There's two sets of dates that are going to be really important to look at. Pluto moved into Aquarius in March of this year, so March 23rd. So if you keep a journal like I do, go back to March 23rd and look at what's happened, okay, in that last month or so, right? It's only May 1st, so just about a month. It's going to stay in Aquarius, though, until June 11th. So from March 23rd until June 11th, whatever's going on in this time period is going to give you some indicators of what is going to be happening for the next 20 years, starting November next year. All right, it's a really good little kind of time capsule for you to look at. So look in your journals. If you've been watching me for any length of time, you know I'm a psycho about journals. I just love journals, and I think they're really important for us to be able to see our progress and understand what was going on at certain times in our life, so we can know then how future planetary changes may impact us. That's how I journal, and I'll be happy to teach you. I'm doing that with my my Ascension group on Wednesdays. We're going to be talking about, we just moved out of our Chiron lesson, and we're going to be talking more about journaling in May, so that will be something that might interest you if you want to. There's an Ascension group link in the description box below, okay? So that's one set of dates that you might want to look at. The other date you want to look at is when Pluto ingressed into Capricorn in the first place, 2008. Remember what happened in 2008? It was the biggest financial collapse in this country in many, many years. And because Pluto, we're talking about Capricorn, whatever shifts have happened in your money, in your finances, in your career, right? Capricorn is about your career. Whatever shifts you've had over the past, since 2008, so not quite 20 years at all, like 15 years, whatever you have been dealing with in that time period, even like globally, you can look at what was going on in these past 15 years, but you personally, what happened to you in terms of your luck or your finances? or your jobs or your careers? Did you change trajectories? That's a really good indicator of what might be happening in this next little time period where we're wobbling back and forth. It's sort of a closure to that time period. So if you changed career paths, wherever you're going, sort of now and into next year, the innovation element can take that to the next level, which is really cool. I'm going to pull cards for each zodiac sign in this video to give you some very specific information for you. But I think since this is a generational planet, I think this is really worth talking about how it might have impacted us all, right? Because money and finances, the economy, how the world is working, very Capricornian and also very Aquarian. Aquarius is about human rights, women's rights. It's about how we're moving collectively, how we are all connected, right? More over the past 15 years, we've become more connected by the internet, right? And so that became people's careers, ta-da. And now as we move into this Aquarian energy, that really represents the internet. So that could really explode, right? We could have another big innovation in terms of how we're all connected. So we have this mindset, or we have this thing going on right now, which is called the internet. What it's going to look like after the next 20 years, who knows, right? That could really be expansive. And it could also be expanding careers that are in the internet or are using technology. And so that can really be an expansive thing moving forward. But I really want you to think about the Capricorn wobble, because that is a time for us, especially in retrograde, for us to reflect, release, reform, reconsider, loosen our grip on the status quo, right? Like that is something that has had its time. So now for this next, 18 months or so, we're really loosening our grip on the way things used to be and creating something better, right? There's been tons and tons of articles in the media over the past 10 years. I've seen them, and I feel like it's like, get off my lawn. Like, I feel like it's a little bit like that, where people are like, it was so much better back then. Really? Have you used the technology to make your life better? Has anybody done that? Has anybody made that kind of distinction that the things that are available to us, how can we use them to make our life better? If there's this whole anti-technology thing, then let's do something about it. Let's protect ourselves more. Let's use the technology to benefit people, to give them more flexibility, more freedom. That's what Aquarian energy is all about. Capricorn's like, no. Eat your bed and go to bed. Eat your bed. Eat your vegetables and go to bed at a reasonable hour. That's what Capricorn wants you to do. Stay the same. Hold on to the past. Aquarius says no. Regardless of what's going on, we have the power to change it into what we want it to be as a collective, okay? Individually, we make our own moves in that way. Like, we make our lives better. We work to make our lives better. We work to put ourselves in better alignment with where we want to go. But to me, this Aquarian move is going to be more about us going, wait a second, it's not possible for me to be doing better and everybody else to be doing worse. Think about that. If you own a business and no one was making any money, how would you make any money? Money comes from other people. That's how it works, right? There's got to be flow in a society. There's got to be agreement in terms of, yes, this is valuable and I'm using my money to pay for that. There's got to be some kind of agreement to that, or it just disappears. Think of all the things that have disappeared over the past, since 2008, all products, services, businesses, anything along those lines, even ideas about money or about the traditional status quo. And so you can, I think in this next 18 months, what we could do is we could look onto the things, the traditions, the structures we have, what is worth keeping and what is worth innovating. And how can we do that for the betterment of all? That is what Aquarius is about. So some of the stuff that I think is good, maybe other people don't think is good. And some of the stuff they think is good, I think is terrible. So we're going to have agreement, more agreement on a global scale, on a societal scale. It can't just be a small group of people deciding for a lot of people. that is not going to be the way things are going to move forward in the next 20 years. So we're going to have this wobble back and forth between tradition and innovation over the next 18 months, particularly in the area of finances, luck, money, resources, and how we access them. Okay, how we access them. So this can be about career transitions for you. If you've really had, some big changes over the past 13 months, I can understand that, especially since 2008. What did it look like in 2008? What were you doing in 2008? And where are you now? And if there hasn't been that much movement, has there been a ton of movement in terms of your finances? Have you hunkered down and really gotten better at something, and so you've earned a lot more money? What's going to be rewarded in the Aquarian energy is now, okay, if you've really gotten an MBA, if you've gotten your experience points for just being really, really good at something, now you're going to have to kind of drag the rest of that career path with you, the rest of that group of people who are doing that. So you're gonna be the one at the head of the line, especially those of you who are paying attention to these energetic transitions or these energetic changes. You are going to be the ones who are paying attention to how to work with the energy, and you're going to help other people, right, by dragging them along. Now, are there going to be people who want to hang on to that Capricorn? Yup. And we'll see how that goes, because it just feels to me like there's got to be some kind of innovation with this Aquarian energy. Now, a lot of people could just be leaving the workforce, leaving money, leaving that kind of stuff altogether, retiring or moving on, or just not doing what they were doing at all. And that's in a sense, that's innovation. Pluto is the planet of transformation. So they may be transitioning out of the workforce altogether. If they're not hip to the internet, if they're not interested in technology, got to tell you, that's, or is there something that can be revived, right? Pluto retrograde, that can be revived in a new way. That's still Aquarian energy. It's still Aquarian energy. So it doesn't have to be that everyone's on YouTube. It doesn't have to be that. But if you're someone who has a really amazing talent at hand carving or making furniture or doing something with your hands, there can be new technologies that make that easier. I used to work in TV news, and boy, was that equipment expensive. Cameras, $30,000, la la la. I bought some stuff for our podcast, a new podcast that we're starting, by the way, and it was super inexpensive. And I thought to myself, man, that is Pluto and Aquarius, because that is the innovation with money, right? With money and with luck and with the ubiquitousness of technology, all those prices have come down. That equipment's really good. The camera in my phone is better than a camera I used in TV news in, 2020 or 2002 or 2003 or something like that. Those cameras are obsolete now. And these cameras are better and cheaper. So they give people access to the internet, access to using tools like YouTube and Instagram and other things like that. That's Aquarian energy. That's the age of Aquarius. And how can you use your money more innovatively? There'll probably be new ways to save, new ways to expand your money, new ways to create wealth, new kinds of businesses, new kinds of experiences. And those people who embrace those will expand, right? If you want to expand, you will expand. All right, so I'm going to pull cards for each zodiac sign and just give you a sense, a little extra guidance for you about what this may look like. I think I'm going to actually use Denise Lynn's deck, and then I'll pull a tarot card as well. So let's start with Capricorn. My apologies to Sagittarius. Sagittarius will be last, but let's start with Capricorn because that's where Pluto is going. And we can go around to Aquarius, which is where we're going to end up next year. So this reading can give you some insight into this next 18 months. I'm actually going to think about it more in terms of it's wobbling back and forth from Capricorn to Aquarius, or Aquarius back to Capricorn, and then back to Aquarius this year. So let's think about that. Okay, so this is how to really embrace the energies of Pluto in retrograde right now. Okay, it's going direct in October. Remember, it goes back into Capricorn June 11th. It'll come out of retrograde, still in Capricorn in the October 10th timeline. All right, so let's start with Capricorn. So Capricorn, what can you expect? Begin now. Begin now to do something that you've always wanted to do. Do you have a dream? Do you have a hope? Do you have a wish? Something that you've wanted to put into play, but you haven't had the guts? This is the time, Capricorn. Do it now. Take your first step. Over this next few months, you could really use the energy of innovation, and then it's wobbling back into your sign of Capricorn. So you're going to be comfortable with that. You're going to really put action towards things. And when it goes back into Aquarius, you'll be ready. Nice, Capricorn. I like it. All right, Aquarius, how about you? Let's see what's going on for Aquarius. Oh, look at this. Wow, uncovering treasure. Things you have built already. Those of you who are Aquarian energy, all these readings are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So don't feel like if the reading for your sun sign doesn't hit the mark, the Moon, Rising, or Venus sign will probably hit the mark. Okay, so Aquarian energy, beneath the surface lies a great bounty. Something you have created is going to get much bigger. It's like you haven't recognized its full potential yet. If you've wanted to start something, it's really time to expand on it now. You can reflect, redirect. What are the words I wrote down in my notebook? Reflect, release anything that's not working, reflect what's doing well, reform, reconnect, reconsider. Just think about it, okay? And when it becomes a Capricorn energy, again, you can really put in some time and effort, and then back into Aquarius, you're going to feel, right, expanded. So good job. Wow, Capricorn and Aquarius right off the bat. Pisces, my darling, how about you? Oh, of course it is. Voyage of the Heart and the Seven of Swords. Is there magical thinking? Maybe. If there's some kind of a lie you've been telling yourself, like you can't do it, or it's not really meant for you to be an innovator, or it's not really meant for you to change careers or think about money or fix your money situation, I think it's time to really sit in that heart chakra and manifest big time as it floats back into Capricorn. Put in some energy into it. Then Pluto floats back into Aquarius. That's the time to step into it. The Seven of Swords says to me that somebody can be stealing your beautiful energy or your ideas. You got to be careful. Don't be talking about things too much, because that puts the energy out into the world and kind of escapes you. Keep your energy inside. Keep it flowing inside. Put the activity into it. I know it's fun to talk about our ideas, but I think someone's around you who might be stealing your ideas. So be careful about that, Pisces. Okay, be careful. All right. Aries, let's see. We got Aries. What for you? Staying focused. That's no problem. Staying focused and staying self-confident. On another subject, an astrological subject, Aries, you know that North Node is moving into Aries this summer. So you're going to have a real boost of energy. I think it's July 17th, where the North Node officially moves into Aries, 29 degrees Aries. It always goes in retrograde. So it goes from 29 back down to 0. And it will be there for the next 18 months. So if you have the ability to stay focused, use that Capricornian energy. This is also about anchoring your ideas. This feels really good to me. If something hasn't materialized yet, hold the course. It will. The Pluto energy combined with that North Node in Aries, even if that's not your North Node sign, you still are in Aries in some strong energy. So it's time to take advantage of that. Stay focused, Aries. Don't get off track. Do one thing really well. Keep doing it. All right? Keep doing it. Taurus, excuse me, Taurus for you. Wow. Embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. Something is going to be very exciting over this next couple of months. And I feel like you'll have a new opportunity, a fresh lease on life. Something that's been holding you back is going to be gone. It's going to be, sort of moving away from you. There's a whole new world, Taurus, coming up. And that is going to bring in new opportunities. The Ace of Pentacles is opportunities. You have to take action on them. So that's why the Capricorn energy, when it wobbles back into Capricorn, you may feel the need to sort of, embrace these new opportunities. And then Aquarius is going to give you some really good ideas moving forward. So I like this a lot for Taurus. it feels like move your feet, okay? When you get the opportunities, you do them, all right? All right, so Gemini, what is going on for Gemini? My darling Geminis, taking shelter, the answers are within. Oh yeah, look at this. Again, this is the idea of holding fast to what you have, staying the course. The answers are within. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to do anything. The answers aren't with somebody else. They're with you. You already know. You already know. And I feel like this is a little bit like Pisces. Like you really need to not tell everybody your ideas, not because someone's stealing them, but because the energy gets out of you and then it doesn't seem to materialize. Like it was fun to talk about it. Gemini, of course. It was fun to talk about it, but you got to actually do it. Okay, that's why the Four of Pentacles is here. You've got to actually do it. Put in the time and effort because you do have the answer. Gemini, you do know the answer. If you've been searching around for like, what am I supposed to do? Which business, or am I supposed to start my own business, or am I supposed to stay the course with this career? You know. Have a little confidence in what you already know. Okay? Cancerians, what is going on for Cancerians? Fogged in and the Six of Cups. Cancerians, I think you might be missing the boat here a little bit because you're too nostalgic about the past. It's time to really embrace the Aquarian forward-looking kind of stuff, okay? And when it wobbles back, when Pluto wobbles back into Capricorn, you might feel a little better, but the answer really is about not being too nostalgic. You know, use the energy of Aquarius. Aquarius is sort of emotionally, balancing your own Cancer energy. Aquarius, it can be a little bit aloof, okay? But I need to pull you up out of this nostalgia, okay? And, there might be that it's time for you to really embrace your creative thinking, what would feel good to you, and think about innovation from where you are right now. Take your time doing it. This wobble is going to be good for you because it'll give you a chance to feel that Pluto and Capricorn again, and that's going to feel pretty good to you. The Capricorn's your opposite sign, and Capricorn is the energy of putting time and effort into things. You're feeling into it right now, and that might be one of the reasons why you're like, oh, wouldn't it be great if we just had it the way it used to be? And I just think that that's something that's keeping you from progress. It's keeping you from financial stability. It's also keeping you from growth. Okay, so no more nostalgia. Time to move on. All right, Leo. What's for Leo here? Ascending the mountain. Wow, keep going forward. Look at you, Six of Swords here. So Leo, I do feel like you're learning that helping others is going to be the future. Some of you are stepping into your healer, your shamanic energy here. You know it's going to take you time to get there. It's okay. I know like Leo likes it's fire energy, so likes a lot of immediate gratification. But this may be something that grows over time. You're learning that helping other people is really the direction. Okay, how are you helping other people? Are you also feeding yourself? Are you also balancing this out? Because it's going to be a long journey. This is like rest of your life kind of thing. Okay, so next 20 years, this is going to be a big journey. If you are in alignment with helping other people, you're going to be fine. Okay, but if it's really about, look at me, I'm having a good time, that might not work. Okay, it's got to be something more humanitarian in alignment with that Aquarian energy. Okay, that's Leo. What about Virgo, please? Virgo, rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering into your life. And the Five of Swords. Virgo, I feel like you're going to cut out people who are blocking your path forward. There may have been a lot of rain, or there may have been some stormy weather with people, partners, something like that. People taking your ideas, people being a jerk to you behind your back. I feel like you're clearing all of this out. It's a blessing in disguise. If you had a partner and you had a business and it blew up in your face, it's a blessing in disguise. If you had a bad boss, or you had to quit because of a bad boss, or you were being a bad boss, whatever is going on is over, and the innovation of Aquarius is really going to take you forward into this beautiful blessings. Okay, so something has been a blessing in disguise, or something will be a blessing in disguise over this next 6 months. So something bad happens, go, okay, that's a blessing in disguise. And that's a great affirmation for you. Okay, Virgo? Libra. Yep, crossing bridges. Wow. All right, Libra, I'm going to pull one more for you. I keep getting this, all right? I keep getting this King of Wands after the Tower. So I feel like you're clearing a path from the past, okay? You're really clearing a path from the past. Healing, mending, what is the other one? Connecting, releasing in a big way. This is Pluto energy. And look at you, King of Wands. So you could have someone coming in who's a fire sign who is going to be very inspirational to you, or you could be stepping into becoming a very inspirational figure, Libra. Something more fiery than what you've been doing. I feel like your Libra balance possibly has kept you in a state where you're playing too small. Okay, I feel like Libra is going to be playing a lot bigger. That's beautiful for Libra. Wow. Okay, the Tower, of course. Scorpio. Solitude. Oh my God. Solitude and the Ten of Swords. In silence, peace prevails. Scorpio, whatever has happened really needs to leave your life. I almost feel like you might be hanging on to something a little too long. It's time for it to go. There may be a job that you know it's time to go. And you need to do this alone. Okay, so there's something about Scorpio doing something alone. And it may happen because you feel betrayed. So somebody may be betraying you at work. And so you're like, fine, I'm off on my own. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Scorpio, you may make some big transition here because of feeling betrayed or someone stabbed you in the back, like taking on a new direction altogether. That's really awesome, actually. Okay, Saggies, sorry that you were last. Oh my God. It was worth it though. Miracles and the Knight of Pentacles. So from all of your hard work, Sag, even the hard work of watching this video all the way around to the time when I pull your cards, expect the wonders to emerge. A miracle will happen. Good job on putting in all the time and effort that you have done, because now something is going to blossom. Very, very nice. Very nice, Saggies. All right, that's for you guys. I hope that was helpful to you. Don't forget the dates. Pluto going into retrograde May 1st. On June 11th, so it's in Aquarius. On June 11th, it's going to move back into Capricorn. It's still in retrograde. It's going to go direct. It's going to stay in retrograde in Capricorn. Doesn't move too fast. It's going to stay at like 29 degrees, maybe 28 degrees. And then October 10th, it's going to go direct. So it's still in Capricorn, and it's going to get back into Aquarius beginning of the year. So just know that this whole wobbly thing with Pluto will come to an end next year in November. So I'm going to say to you that once Pluto goes into Aquarius for good, that's a big deal. That's going to be the time when the innovation really takes off. So this idea of wobbling back and forth is giving you time to make better alignments. Planets in retrograde are about reassessing, reworking, rethinking, reconnecting, recommitting, getting rid of stuff that doesn't work, right? Like, okay, let's take a closer look at all the things we're doing. These need to go. These need to go. This is too much effort for not enough return. This isn't even fun. It's not creative. It's just a grind. Out it goes. I'm going to just focus on what's growing. And then I'm going to do some innovation, right? And then I'm going to have moments and movement and time to make choices, changes that really will expand. All right. I hope you enjoyed that video today. If you like these kind of videos, please like and subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit that little bell so you'll get notified every time I make a video. All right, you guys. Thanks very much. Mwah!